Hello, everyone. It's Melia here, and we've got our next Heart of Business um, lunch next week at Hippo Lakes. And I'm going to offer a free body talk balance for small business, particularly artists, creatives, and healers. We've currently got 5 planets in retrograde, and it's quite an intense time, almost like a bit of a test or a bit of a compression time. So this balance is designed to help you connect to your inner wisdom and your inner knowing, and also to help you find clarity with why you're doing something, and to help you keep going as well. I know economically, financially, and perhaps even personally, it's been a particularly challenging year, and I have felt it myself. Like, to be consistent with so many changes, it can be difficult to navigate, and particularly like when the financial things start to happen, that can trigger different things in different people, money stories, fear stories, and possibly for good reason as well. Like, just keeping a roof over your head can be quite difficult at the moment. And also just working, with getting people to show up for things that you're often offering as well, particularly when there's just less free money in the economy. So I've had to delve into, why I am doing this Heart of Business. Um, Number one, it had been a long time coming. Like, I'd known for maybe 4 years that this is something that I needed to do. That message did come from the innate wisdom inside me, as well as, I personally grow when I stretch myself to offer something like this, even if there can be challenges within that, and to help others like Soul Family on their journey as we're shifting the collective. Um, and also for me, for my business, because I have a lot of skills that can benefit your business, particularly with Body Talk. So I had been planning for ages to offer group Body Talk balances for small business. And this is a free exploration of how Body Talk can assist your business. So you can always work with me one-on-one, and you can work with me in a group sense as well. So I just invite you to perhaps you want to pause the recording, taking a big deep breath. We're going to tune in. It's tuning into the breath. And just ask yourself why you're doing the work that you're doing. What's your driver? And once you've written down that why, then ask yourself the why behind that, and perhaps even the why behind that. So just start going into your motivation and having that self-honesty as well to investigate internally why you might be doing what you're doing. So you might want to pause the recording and spend maybe 5 minutes investigating that why. And then the next why I'd like to ask yourself is why were you attracted to the Heart of Business, and what are you wanting to get from a community such as what we're building? And investigate that why. Perhaps ask yourself another why as well. So again, pause the recording if you'd like. I've worked through my own whys, and a lot of it's about building relationships for me and not being alone. So knowing that there's a community locally, as well as potentially nationally and internationally, especially if I'm opening this up to online. And getting inspiration from each other as well as support. So, and also like I like having lunch. That was another one. So I'm going to start the body talk session now. So it'll probably only go for about 15 minutes. So tuning into the group, again, taking a few more big deep breaths. Big long exhale. And another big deep breath in. Just releasing any holding or mental thoughts that are keeping you from being right here, right now in this present moment. So firstly, with the body talk session, I'll tune into the collective, to our group, and then I'll start asking what's keeping the group from balancing itself, and I'll take it from there. So I'll go wherever the innate wisdom shows me to help bring more balance. And I'm doing a muscle checking process here. If you come and see me one-on-one, I do that on you, but I use myself as a surrogate for this. So when I'm tuning into the group, we've got lots of different interests and lots of different skill sets. And I did particularly put it for artists, creatives, and healers because they're all right brain activities and professions. So more intuitive, creative, emotional, all of those things. So that's the bond that that connects us. So I'm looking to create more cohesion within the group, despite on the surface we might look really, really different. Because we've got permaculture people, we've got regen ag people, we've got mentors, we've got coaches, we've got healers, healing type professionals, and we've got artists. So very, very diverse. It's almost like the permaculture of business. So we're looking at this cohesive thread that connects all of us. And there's lots of kind of noise and voices, you know, creativity, like creativity can be a lot of information. We're wanting to distill this down to the still point inside, you know, perhaps the inner wisdom that encouraged you to join the group in the first place and to show up for yourself. So we're wanting to distill this noise down into you're meant to be doing this, whatever you're doing in a business sense, from a soul purpose sense. Listen to this voice. You know, there may be a thing where it's like it's your dharma, it's your dharmic path, it's just what you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes you may need to do other things, but it's like you get bounced back to what you're meant to be doing. The universe tells you to stay on track. So we're wanting to kind of, you know, when your wheels on your car get a little bit wobbly, like the wheel alignment, we're wanting to wheel align the business. So right now things do feel a little bit wobbly, and that is, yeah, lots of different factors, economy, planetary, socially, so many different things. And the fear response might tell you to go back to something that feels safer, particularly if you're stretching the comfort zone and we're walking your own edge of what's possible. And we're all together pushing the edge of what's possible. You know, AI, it doesn't have an original thought. It's just working on what's already been created. All of us have the potential to do something that's really unique and really special, and that's what makes us human. Okay, I'm going to use the HelioSol system. So this has been created from BodyTalk. It's the more feminine, it's a more feminine healing modality, and it's all about upgrading like our light body and bringing more light into the body. So you have the free will to consent to participate. You also have the free will to not consent. So, you know, if you continue with the recording, you're consenting to participate. And if you decide you don't want to participate, that's fine as well. BodyTalk and HelioSol are very, very clear with permissions, energetic permissions. So that's why I'm putting that in there. All right, so firstly, we're going to download the BHEMA template, which is the brain, the heart, the enteric brain, the gut brain, all the three brains in alignment. The mind, which is the non-local mind that connects all of us, that cloud that we download inspiration from, and the Atman, which is the soul. So this, when we download this template, it fine-tunes our system like an antenna to prepare to receive what's coming next. So thumb in the middle of the forehead, and then middle finger up the top, we're indicating pineal and pituitary. And we're going to imagine white light coming in through the crown, breathing in on the in-breath, all the way down the spine to the coccyx, breathing out with a focus on returning to oneness and wholeness, and it is done at the end of the breath. And we'll do that 3 times. And the other hand, we're tapping over the heart. So breathing in the BHEMA template, white light coming all the way down to the coccyx, just visualizing that and returning to oneness and wholeness. It is done with the out breath. And if you can't visualize, just imagine that you could. Another big deep breath in, all the way down to the bottom of the coccyx. Breathing out, returning to oneness and wholeness. It is done. The big deep breath in. Returning to oneness, wholeness. It is done. And you can stop tapping. Going to the root chakra. So the root chakra is an energy center right in the genital area, and that it's a vortex of energy that goes downwards towards the earth. And the chakras are the interface between the outside world and your central nervous system. The root chakra, symbolized by the color red, as well as connection to earth, family, material security, and money, and like stability, feeling stable. And we're also looking at the Earth Star chakra, which is one of the new chakras, and that's underneath the feet, about a couple of feet down into the earth. And we're looking at the root and the Earth Star chakra. Wanting to associate the energy of the earth, so this is to help ground. And we're also looking at the Earth's frequency, which changes quite regularly at the moment, like the Schumann resonance. We're wanting to stabilize these chakras. Particularly from the emotion of fear. So remember, this is being in the body, being in the material world, money. So fear around all of those things. And we're dissolving a mind crystal to do with work ethic. This is so on point because I worked on this myself yesterday. So we're looking at the concept of work takes its toll. So it's like work costs you something. Whether that's, mentally, physically, emotional. So wanting to connect to the Atman and the soul. And we're looking at this soul expansion and growth that comes from being uncomfortable and out of the comfort zone. So the stretch. And the recognition that the stretch is the mission. So we're looking at this sitting on a subconscious level, and we're working with an 8th chakra factor. So this is past/parallel life or epigenetic. We're looking at an epigenetic factor coming from the family line, and we're going back to five generations. So 5 generations going back. And looking at like beliefs to do with class differentiation, and particularly poverty. So looking at the relationships between the different classes, particularly with like the class systems, the haves, the have-not. And that may have been different 5 generations ago than it is now. So wanting to use the breakup template to break up this mind crystal. So a mind crystal is a collection of active memories and emotions and beliefs that's sitting there, and we're wanting to break this up. And bring in the free energy template to free up the energy that's being held by this, to create more energy. And we're going to need a lot of energy to do what we need to do. I'm going to run another concept. And I'm going to do it with BodyTalk. So that's HelioSol there. Now I'm using BodyTalk. And we're doing a separation consciousness balance to do with self versus others. So the way we look at it in BodyTalk is everyone that we see around us is a part of us experiencing life in a different form, including plants, animals, stones, and people. So we have this illusion of separation, but actually we're all connected on a very deep level through the I am consciousness. So wanting to reconnect to that on a deep level so that we can see each other and we can witness each other's journey, particularly in small business, rather than feeling like we're alone. It's like this is the ability to feel connected and supported. So this is particularly around support. And support, sometimes support is just knowing that someone else is going through a similar experience, and to say to each other, like, hang in there, things will always change. That's the only thing that we can guarantee, that things will change. Whether they change for bad or good, I don't know. But things always do change. So we're looking at increasing more support. And feeling that heart connection through the support. And at the lunch, it's just come to me, we're going to do an exercise where we do hold each other's hands and we feel into that heart connection. We've all got a minor heart chakra on our palm, and actually just sitting for a moment and feeling that connection with each other energetically and physically. We're doing a circulation plug-in, the blood, the nerve, and the lymph, giving nourishment and communication and cleansing to the part of the brain called the cingulate gyrus, which helps connect the subconscious to the conscious mind. This is part of the limbic brain. wanting to cleanse a packet of information from the past 4 years. And it's information, the information that's getting cleared is to do with being confused. So confused about the world, confused perhaps about your own role, confusion about life, confusion about confusion, we've had misinformation, whatever. So we're just wanting to clear that from the past 4 years to help this subconscious and conscious mind connection. That's like the subconscious is what can help us behind the scenes, as well as, can hold on to things behind the scenes as well. And now we're going to the heart brain, the heart, and we're looking at the pump vortex of the heart. So the heart, like it's got a magnetic quality to it, and it also like vortexes the blood around. It doesn't work exactly like a pump. It's got a lot to do with magnetics and the toroidal energy field as well. So we're looking at our, oh yeah, I can feel this collective torus created by our connection with each other and our desire to thrive. And the knowledge that, the right brain in humans is what makes life beautiful, whether it's healing or art or gardening or regenerating the land. It's kind of like why life is beautiful. It's not 9 to 5. It's actually creating this life that we want, and we want to, it's kind of like the outside world allowing us to, or enabling us to have a life where we can thrive and do these things which are so important for the whole of humanity. Just breathe into your heart center and just breathe into whatever's coming up for you with those words, what that means for you and your truth. Just going to go in and do a sub-session here on the heart. And it's to do with confidence. So being confident in what you're doing and the confidence in knowing that what you're doing is really important, and not just for yourself, but for shifting the balance collectively. Going to the liver. We're clearing some junk from the liver. We're going to do a Seedry, getting it to reevaluate its function within the body, as well as detoxification. Cleansing from the schooling system that you might have had, and conditioning, particularly around limitations. And we're going to the gallbladder. Liver and the gallbladder are the yin and the yang pairs of the wood element, and wood element's all about taking action and creating new growth. And the liver is also gets information from the soul, from the heart, and it's known as like the general. So it actually distributes that information to the rest of the body. So the liver is very important from a body perspective. And the gallbladder is about taking the energy from the liver and having the courage to do. The courage is what we're we're working for. It's the courage to be yourself and for that to be valued by others. So wanting to kind of break up and fragment anything that's in the gallbladder, maybe, you know, bile salts, can sometimes be parasites or stones, break up and clear that. And we're bringing hydration into the liver. And we're going to use the fourth state of water, which is the gel state, the H3O2. It's called exclusion zone water, to help cleanse and repair things within the gallbladder. We're going to tap this out. So we use the HelioSol technique to tap it out, the same that we did before. And then tapping over the heart. So breathing in, looking at the root and the earth star chakra. We're downloading the breakup template and the free energy template to break up any restrictions in the root and soul star chakra. Breathing out, returning to oneness and wholeness. It is done. And we're going to do 2 more breaths. So these templates coming in on the white light. Breathing out, returning to oneness and wholeness. It is done. Breathing out, returning to oneness and wholeness. It is done. Just going to wait for that to download. And I'm ending the session here. So you might want to drink some water after participating in the session. Sometimes you might notice things straight away after a BodyTalk session and HelioSol, or things might be subtle. We can kind of help to change the fabric of our reality with these modalities. If you feel tired and need a nap or just need some you time, take that time just to stay with yourself. And if you have any inspiration, write that down, particularly in regards to your business. And if you feel energized, go for a walk as well. So don't forget, on the Thursday the 22nd, we're meeting at Hippo Lakes. I've pared back the format so that we can all connect and enjoy each other's company. I'll put the link up so that you can join us, and then we'll have another one on in November, third Thursday of November. Thank you very much for participating. Bye.